Hi, my name is Helge Pfeiffer and I work as an assistant professor in the Research Center for Government IT at the IT University of Copenhagen. This video gives a brief overview over the short paper Identifying Critical Projects via PageRank and Track Factor. In December 2020, Google's open source team presented the Criticality Score project. The Criticality Score is a metric to automatically assess the influence and importance of a project in an ecosystem, its criticality. Google's open source team mentions as a purpose of the project to connect critical open source projects on which we all rely on with organizations that can provide them with adequate support. However, community feedback to the proposed Criticality Score was mixed. For example, it was criticized that the metric does not identify critical projects as announced and that it, for example, ranks projects of low criticality high and vice versa. One of the reasons for that misidentification lies in the underlying metrics on which the criticality score is calculated. These metrics lack a measure of a project's centrality and they lack a measure that can describe a potential lack of resources, both of which are referred to in the project announcement. Therefore, we design and execute an experiment in which we compute the page ranks of all packages from various ecosystems and the track factors of those projects with highest page ranks. PageRank is a measure of centrality. That is, for us, it is a measure of the importance of a package in the dependency graph of an ecosystem. And track factor is a measure of potential scarceness of human resources, that is, developers. Using page ranks and track factors, we can identify critical projects. That is, we can identify those projects on which many other projects depend or transitively, and we can identify those projects which are low in resources. None of the projects that we identify as critical is identified as critical by Google's current criticality score. Consequently, we suggest to include the PageRank and track factor metrics into Google's Criticality Score project to enhance the expressiveness of the score. We started a dialogue with the project owners about it. All code for reproduction and our results are available online. A more detailed description of the experiment and its results can be found in the paper. I'm looking forward to meet you in the discussion session soon.